bronzed, beautiful, brilliant, even after all these years.
I'll stop gushing. Look, I'll try to. What a magnificent man. Steve Beaton, like Dan just said, Michael Smith, the world champ, world #1, takes on Steve Beaton, the former world champ and former world #1. And if you just read the graphic there, you'd have seen the name of Dennis Priestley. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, DP. Two-time world champ, 73. Happy birthday, pal.
Well, this, on paper, is a mismatch.
Hold on, the last game was a mismatch.
Okay,
Just
I'll
saying.
give you that. Paper means nothing. We have the highest ranked player in the tournament, the lowest ranked player in the tournament. And the highest ranked player's just popped in the first maximum.
Yeah, lots been made about Steve qualifying again, but it's not just like you turn up for one evening and qualify, Dan, is it? So qualifying for the match play is a chore. It's difficult. It takes months and months and months.
Rewind just over a year, there were concerns that Steve Beaton might be dropping off the tour entirely.
Yes.
And once again, the bronzed Adonis found enough at the back end of last year and continuing into this year to not only get himself to the World Championship again for a 22nd consecutive time, save his tour card, and to be honest, looks pretty secure for the next couple of years, but get himself here. And this is hard, as you say. It wasn't even like he snuck in. He wasn't even in the last qualifying tournament. He was sat at home with his feet up, watching everybody else sweat.
Well, he is nearly 60. He needs to put his feet up. 60. Well, he's 59. Let's give him a bit of credit here. But what a player, and his passion, his love for the game has never diminished. He's always had that passion. He's always wanted to play. But he is currently 1-0 down to the world #1. And someone will be looking for a win come Sunday and nothing else.
Well, the cat is well and truly amongst the pigeons with the departure of Michael van Gerwen, who was the tournament favourite before we got going. A couple of days before we got going, it was Michael Smith, Gerwyn Price and Michael van Gerwen. They could not split them. Now, one of them is gone.
Yes.
And Michael Smith will be looking to, a phrase we've already used tonight, lay down a marker, show everybody why he deserves to be ranked as the most likely title winner come the end of the assigned days here in Blackpool.
Yeah, Steve's had a couple of darts on the floor. Not settled as yet.
Well, this should lend itself to both players being high quality. The rhythm of this game is going to be perfect for the pair of them. Does he go two tops? It was a conservative attempt at it.
Michael, you require 84.
If this game does go a long way and becomes nip and tuck, bullseye, and it comes down to experience, there is only one winner.
Double 10.
30.
Well, 3 misses from Beaton, just opens the door, and Michael Smith can make an early move in this game. Tops.
Well, it'd be fair to say that neither have got that feel and touch as yet. Especially Steve, because some darts are low, some are high, but they're not going in with the rhythm that you'd normally expect from the ever silky Steve Beaton. He can't let Smith get away early, Dan, can he? You don't feel anyway.
You wouldn't think so. Because Because when Michael Smith does get his tail up, and he's not started playing well yet, but once you expect he's going to have a spell where he looks irresistible. But this man can do the same because they've got two of the most aesthetically pleasing actions in the game.
With that 177. Good evening, Steve.
They've got throws that make you feel like they could do this all night.
Yes.
But Steve Beaton has been doing it for decades.
I've said that Steve Beaton's always had a throw that's made me feel inferior.
Oh, yeah.
And Smith. We could just rattle off hundreds here.
No good for your mental health comparing yourself to Greek gods.
No, exactly.
Set your targets at a more realistic level.
Well, he looks at his hands as if, come on, you're letting me down, pals.
54.
Well, at the moment, 2 and a bit legs gone. This is not very good. It will get better, I assure you. With my personal guarantee.
Might be getting better right now. Double top. Does he go left? Does he go right? He goes right down the middle, it turns out.
Went to the left and hit the tops over to the right. I can assure you that Steve hit that and thought that's a result. But he got it.
Differently about this visit.
23.
Yeah, again, you see the way that the 177 went in down, and even the tops, right? I know I just kind of joked about where it went in, but it went in with a bit of power, but just a bit of efficiency, if you like, and like that. But the previous throw was weak.
It's another 177.
Yeah. When these two get their timing right, like we've already said, it can look effortless, but also the darts will go in with authority, like that.
85.
Not like that.
Well, this is a repeat of a former match-play contest.
Yeah.
We go back 7 years. And believe it or not, it was won by Steve Beaton, 11-7 in the second round.
Yes.
Getting through to the quarterfinals. Now, that is the best run he's had at this tournament since his first 2 attempts back in the dim and distant.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's one of only 3 major quarterfinals he's made in the last, well, more than a decade. It's 12 years.
Yeah.
Now, compare that to Michael Smith, who's reached 5 major finals in the last 18 months and won 2 of them. That is why on paper this is a mismatch.
Of course.
But on paper, you're not expecting Michael Smith to be averaging in the low 80s after 3.5 legs. That's what's happening here. We've already seen what Brendan Dolan has done. But the bully boy still not quite arriving yet.
Stadium requires 76.
For a level game. And at 2-0 down, he had to rip your hand off for an opportunity 56. Here.
Michael requires
He's just not throwing enough darts similar to the previous ones. There's little rhythm about Beaton right now, and he finds himself 3-1 down.
And how often did we see that repeated over and over again at the World Championship as Michael Smith became the world champion? Little raise of the eyebrows there. Double 5, getting him out of trouble after he'd missed often at tops and certainly inside at double 10. It almost felt, and maybe we're building a story here, that he's got more composure than he's ever had.
Yeah, but I think he has got more composure. I think he's grown into his game, and he's more mature now than ever. And he believes in what he's doing. And I do believe that winning the Grand Slam in the manner in which he won it was just life-changing on the spot. He'd always been fighting, losing. He's always been, I don't want to lose in this final. I can't lose in this final. Now it's like, he just wins.
Everybody brings up the UK Open last year, where he lost to Danny Noppert, but he also lost the European Championship final as well.
Yes.
Oh, hello. Hello, Michael Smith. Hello, Michael Smith. The world number 1 has arrived in Blackpool. It's one blockbuster checkout. It's 4-1 to the bully boy. He's nowhere near his best, but there's a little glimpse that it might be around the corner.
See from him, but that was magnificent. I'm sure you'll agree. 60-51 ball, and he leads Steve Beaton by 4 legs to 1 in this, the opening round of the World Match Play here at the Winter Gardens. It's been a sluggish, poor start from Steve Beaton. Everything that he wasn't looking to happen, but Dan, it's difficult playing Michael Smith. He's going to know that, but he's also going to be really disappointed, Steve, that he's 4-1 down to Michael Smith, who is not playing well himself.
Yeah, this is obviously massively disappointing as a start. However, this mini session, this is all he has to focus on. If he can win this by even 3 legs to 2, just hold his throw, then he's in this game.
Yeah, one leg at a time. It's already at a couple of 177s. He's thrown some decent darts, unfortunately. Those on the outer ring have not been great from Steve, and just too many wayward ones.
Well, he had darts to win 3 of those legs in the first.
Yeah.
Had he taken his chances, it could have been 3-2. This is more like it. The bronzed Adonis with his first maximum.
60. Stevie requirement 164.
Yeah, Michael Smith himself will be bitterly disappointed with the way he's playing, but he'll be happy with the scoreline.
Stevie required.
Well, to double his leg time. And that's not ideal over to the 18s, and that's even less ideal, and this could get particularly messy. Oh no,
62.
Perfect.
Wonderful stuff.
Well, that's unlucky.
120. Stevie required.
The point of the second dart was looking to go in the part of the sisal that was already filled up by the first. And that is Steve Beaton's second leg. Just a few more like that and he'll be absolutely fine, and he'll be back in this contest. Or actually, Dan, he'll feel back in this contest.
Yeah. As I say, just holding his throw. Do that for a little bit. Don't need to gain any ground. He's not in danger at the moment. Not imminent danger.
No.
He just needs to get into that rhythm that we know he's capable of doing. Unfortunately, Michael Smith may find his rhythm, and if he gets into stride, he can become unplayable.
140.
Okay.
60.
Didn't even fancy switching Michael Smith. And Steve Beaton going the old school route of 265.
You mean the wrong route?
Look, he doesn't do anything wrong. Come on now.
That is true. Look, we know Steve Beaton is going to try and hit 100 to lead 165. You don't expect it from Michael Smith.
No. You can visibly see Steve Beaton trying to throw the darts harder, therefore firmer, therefore more direct, more accurate. He knows exactly what he's not doing right. All that experience he's using right now.
Can't get the treble with either of the first 2 darts, and that means he allows Michael Smith a chance to hold throw and re-establish that 3-leg gap. Double 8. Foul.
Michael Smith, they let Steve to
If you just look at Steve's face as he's propelling the dart, there's that little purse of the lips trying to add that power, that pressure to the throw.
60.
Seen some quality darts this evening. It's just one of those where the pair of them are just swimming against the tide a little.
Well, look, we've talked all the way through this tournament so far that this is a big deal. Stepping up on the stage. Steve Beaton's been away for a couple of years.
Yes.
But perhaps the two players you would expect to be able to deal with the situation would be the world #1 and world champion and the most experienced player in the tournament.
Yes.
But at the minute, it doesn't look like it.
We do have games where you drag each other along in a positive way, and you do have games where every now and again you drag each other down. And that's happened a few times with Steve, because they're just weak darts, and even the last one was a jab.
I think the Adonis needs to be thrusting more along into the black ball.
Yes.
That's better.
83. Michael require 145.
He's already taken out 161. Yes.
100.
Well, Beaton on his own throw. Look, the plan, I'm sure the plan was win all 5 legs, but the bare minimum, hold your throw. And here he's in danger. And it starts to get to the point where he may be worried about the scoreline. Double top is missed. It's a let-off, but it's an awkward 79.
Yeah, you want the 57 badly, don't you? Don't bust it, Steve. It's easy to throw a single number and miss when you're kind of just a little bit disheartened. Well, Dan mentioned double 5 earlier in the game, and it's come to his rescue again. Yeah, I'm like you. I noticed the double 5 hitting during the Worlds, and what I did notice was that, and bearing in mind, Michael Smith can have a proclivity to walk on his last dart. With double 5, for some reason, he walks, but by keeping himself that little bit taller.
Well, you've always pointed out, he's so quick. If he's moving from the bottom of the board to the top, or moving a long way across the board, then sometimes he might not be giving himself enough time to make that adjustment. Those situations, playing the same target, it's one of the reasons he's so brilliant at hitting 180s. I mean, there are many reasons. Steve Beaton shaking his head, disgusting in his own maximum.
He's thrown some big numbers, he's thrown some good darts, but just not often enough so far.
Yeah, they're diamonds in the rough at the minute, and
yes,
a little bit too much rough.
34.
Oh, he's reaching now.
30.
This is unlike Stevie B.
Leaves tops. 7-2. The lead is increasing, and Steve Beaton will be fearing right now this could turn into a rout. Their last big TV meeting was at the UK Open 4 years ago. That was a rout. It was 10-1 in favour of Michael Smith.
Yeah, we know Steve beat Michael here, like we said, 7 years ago, but when Michael Smith beat Steve in that UK Open, it's like the present Smith, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, look, Michael Smith is now the top-ranked player in the world. This has been a long journey. He's actually been on the PDC circuit longer than the vast majority of players. Steve's one of the few who outlasts him. But it has been a long journey, and back in 2016, Michael Smith, incredible player, but not the player we see today.
Michael Smith has been around so long, Dan, that I played him on tour, and I haven't thrown a competitive dart for for way over a decade. So that's how long he's been around. By the way, I won. Just to let you know that. Before you...
Well, if you ever wanted a greater example of how Michael Smith has gone from being a type of player to the player he is today, there is a disparity. Hang about. It's just the wrong side of the wire. Denies Beaton a go at double 18, and Michael Smith will be hoping for at least a dart at bullseye for an 8-2 commanding lead.
92.
Yeah, it was an unlucky second dart.
Mark, we require 88.
So good, and actually too good for Steve Beaton. It's not been his night so far. He's not out yet. Steve knows that. He knows that it's one leg at a time job, but Michael Smith leads Steve Beaton 8-2. Just 2 more legs for the world champ.
8-2 in our final match of the night. If you missed it earlier, by the way, Michael van Gerwen is out, so we will have a different winner this year. That much we do know. Right, let's rejoin comms for the conclusion of our last match. I'll hand you back to Wayne and Dan.
Yeah, on the night we've seen one massive shock of the World Matchplay. It does not look like it's going to be followed up by another, although if Steve Beaton were to come back from this position, it might be an even bigger shock. Michael Smith is hoping that doesn't happen. In about 5 minutes' time, he's having a chat on stage.
Going by that comment, you love Steve more than I do. Yeah, look, it's possible. It's possible. Imagine. Oh. Yeah, from let's call it dart one. It's been uphill, kind of a struggle for Steve, isn't it? We know Michael Smith has not played well, but I just feel like he's playing his opponent to the point of I've got you at arm's length. I'm all right.
Well, it's one of those things that darts players always say when they come off and they've won a game and they've not played particularly well. If he'd have played better, I'd have upped it, because it often seems to be the case.
That is the way it goes sometimes.
I mean, José de Sousa basically acted as a pacemaker for Luke Humphries. Wow. Just trundled along in front of him each leg, and then Luke smashed his way past and all the way through the mat.
And Jose was good.
Yeah.
96.
He's going to have to say in the outcome in a few tournaments, Jose. Playing some good stuff, actually. Just on the wrong end of a Luke Humphries demolition job.
Is this going to turn into a demolition job? Well, 9-2 is not going to happen just yet. Can the Adonis? No, he can't. No, not.
Ah. Now they were well thrown. They really were.
I fear the horse may have bolted.
And
it has. 9-2. Steve Beaton. Well, you kind of get the feeling he's playing for pride. I've very rarely seen Steve Beaton play a game of darts where he's looked so visibly frustrated with himself. He's usually playing with a smile on his face, even if he does lose.
Well, after the first batch of 5 legs down, I know he was 4-1 down, but in my own mind, it was a case of Steve will improve. He will improve markedly, but so will Michael Smith. Well, I don't think I've seen Steve play this poorly for this long, and it's just that, yes, it's a shame that, and we kind of feel like the game's got away from him. It would be a minor miracle to get away with it now. It's not impossible, it's just improbable.
Minor miracle it may be, but it would be a miracle of some sort.
Yeah.
Michael Smith puts himself within 2 darts of round 2.
124. Michael, we require 100.
Double 10. And that is double 10, and that is the match. Michael Smith, the world champ, world #1, will take on Chris Dobey in the next round. But it's an absolute demolition job of Steve Beaton. Michael Smith beats him by 10 legs to 2. He's in the second round.
The bronze Adonis back at the World Matchplay for the first time in 3 years, but not the return he was hoping for. It isn't the start that Michael Smith was hoping for, but it's a winning start, and that's all that matters. As you can see from the numbers, an 89 average from Michael Smith, double the number of 180s. That brilliant 161, the highlight, 43% on the doubles. Look at that, he's had more than twice the number of darts at double than his opponent. The bronze Adonis unable to craft enough opportunities over